The MiG-15 changed the rules of aerial combat when it arrived in 1949. This jet was built around a captured British engine design, giving it incredible speed and climb rates for its time. It surprised Western forces during the Korean War with its swept wings and heavy cannons. Pilots found it simple to fly but hard to master at high speeds. Over 18,000 of these were built, making it the most produced jet fighter in aviation history. Its impact is still felt today. Following the success of the 15, the MiG-17 entered service in 1952 to fix its predecessor's high-speed issues. Engineers gave it a longer fuselage and a new wing shape to keep it stable near the sound barrier. It was not built to be supersonic, but it could break the sound barrier in a steep dive. It proved highly effective in dogfights, relying on extreme agility to outmaneuver heavier, faster opponents in tight turning circles. Many nations used it for decades. The MiG-19 arrived in 1955 as the Soviet Union's first true supersonic fighter. With two engines strapped side by side, it could punch through the sound barrier in level flight. This plane was notorious for its massive thrust and fast climb rate, though pilots had to watch their fuel gauge constantly. It carried powerful cannons and early air-to-air missiles. While its service life in Russia was short, it saw extensive use and production in other countries around the world. Entering service in 1959, the MiG-21 became one of the most famous military jets ever built. Its iconic delta wing and pointed nose cone allowed it to reach speeds over Mach 2. It was designed as a lightweight interceptor that was cheap to produce and easy to maintain. This simplicity meant it was exported to dozens of air forces globally. It fought in numerous conflicts across the Middle East and Asia, relying on hit-and-run tactics rather than turning in prolonged fights. The 1970s brought a shift in design with the MiG-23. This aircraft featured variable geometry wings, meaning the wings could swing backward for high-speed flight or move forward to take off on shorter runways. It was a massive upgrade over older jets, packing a stronger radar and longer-range missiles. The design moved away from the nose intake to side-mounted intakes, allowing a much larger radar dish in the nose. It was heavy, fast, and built to strike targets beyond visual sight. Also arriving in 1970, the MiG-25 was an absolute monster built purely for speed and high altitude. Fearing new Western bombers, Soviet engineers used nickel-steel alloys to stop the airframe from melting at extreme speeds. It could reach Mach 3, making it one of the fastest military aircraft ever flown. The engines were so huge they almost dwarfed the rest of the plane. It was not meant for dogfighting, but rather sprinting to intercept targets or take high-level photos. Introduced in 1975, the MiG-27 took the swing wing design of the 23 and adapted it strictly for ground attack missions. The radar nose was removed and replaced with a sloped, flat nose to give the pilot a much better view of the ground. It was heavily armored to survive anti-aircraft fire and carried a massive multi-barrel cannon beneath its belly. This aircraft provided dedicated close air support, dropping bombs and firing rockets with a tough, reliable airframe. The MiG-31 entered service in 1981 to modernize the extreme high-speed interceptor role. Looking similar to the 25, it was heavily upgraded with a digital flight system and a revolutionary phased array radar. This allowed a small group of 31s to share data and scan a massive area of sky together. It added a second seat for a weapons officer to manage the complex tracking systems. It is still heavily used today to patrol the vast freezing borders of the north. Debuting in 1983, the MiG-29 was built to go head-to-head with the newest Western fighters. It marked a return to extreme agility and close-range dogfighting capability. Its blended wing body and twin engines allowed it to pull off incredible maneuvers at very slow speeds. The helmet-mounted sight let pilots lock onto enemy planes just by looking at them, a feature that stunned foreign observers. It remains one of the most widely recognized and heavily exported modern fighters. Bringing the lineage into the modern era, the MiG-35 was officially introduced in 2019. This aircraft is an extensively upgraded version of the 29 airframe, featuring state-of-the-art targeting systems and advanced electronic warfare suites. It boasts improved engines that run cleaner and give it exceptional maneuverability. It can track up to 30 targets at once while striking multiple threats simultaneously. It represents the very latest evolution of the MiG family.